Hello, my name is Alex Luzar. For this presentation, I have chosen Melania Trump, wife of President Donald Trump and First Lady of the United States. Thrust onto the global stage, she didn't choose public life. She just married the president. Rather than stand in the shadow of her husband, Melania must choose to develop her own image. Melania was born in Novo Mesto, Slovenia. She left Slovenia to model in Milan, Paris, and later New York. Melania has appeared on the covers of numerous magazines like Vogue and GQ. In 1998, she met Trump, whom she married in 2005. Following the birth of her son, she largely retired from modeling. Throughout the election, Melania maintained a low profile. With her husband now in the White House, she can become like a modern Jackie Kennedy. To quote Jackie Kennedy biographer Pamela Keogh, like Jackie, Melania is beautiful, smart, and keeps her own counsel. The First Lady faced scrutiny during the campaign season. Her debut was a speech at the Republican convention, plagued by claims of plagiarism and followed by sexual assault allegations against her husband. Harper's Bazaar called her a quiet tragedy. Melania must not be held hostage by the media and must instead choose to define her own legacy. According to Gallup polls, Melania is the least popular presidential spouse since 1992. Only 28% of Americans held a favorable view of her. More importantly, though, 40% of Americans have not heard of her or held no views of her, a number she can easily move in her favor. When discussing First Ladies, one must discuss Michelle Obama, long admired for being her own woman. With millions of followers on Instagram and Twitter, Michelle utilizes social media and pop culture to move the needle on her projects. For example, a video of her karaoke singing with James Corden received 35 million views in the first week alone. It's important to note, though, that Trump won with the support of American voters 50 years and older. Among this generation, there is a longing for the return of Camelot. In an age of economic insecurity, people long for an aspirational figure that reminds them of better days. Michelle Obama won popularity as a working mother who wore J. Crew. In contrast, Melania must be a vision of retro glamour. The First Lady will not move into the White House until the summer, staying in New York so her son can finish school. While this decision has been questioned, Melania can use this physical space to develop a separate public image. While everything these days is directed toward social media, Melania is bold and unorthodox. Since July of 2016, her social media accounts have been largely turned off, and she should avoid them for the time being. Donald Trump has received scorn for his heavy and harsh use of Twitter, and she has no advantage to get involved in her husband's politics. Melania can instead promote her brand through philanthropic events. Events must be strategically chosen to avoid any perception of partisan interest. She has been involved with the American Red Cross and the Martha Graham Dance Company, organizations whose events fill the pages of the New York Times Sunday Styles. The First Lady should maintain these relationships to gain positive press coverage. Through media interviews with cable news stations, whose viewers are mostly older Americans, she can also discuss her decision to stay in New York. She should not apologize, but focus on her role as a mother, something genuine and relatable. Trump's daughter Ivanka will largely perform the public duties traditionally held by the First Lady. This will allow Melania to remain out of politics when she arrives to Washington. As a former model, fashion is her strength. While the Obamas rarely ventured into social Washington, Melania will thrive. First Lady fashion is a popular subject in American style magazines, and this will be a critical publicity tactic. Furthermore, as a woman who speaks 5 languages, she can serve as a goodwill ambassador during foreign visits, tempering the fiery image of her husband abroad. Traditionally, First Ladies campaign a social cause. Melania will tackle cyberbullying. However, these campaigns typically take a year to organize. When Melania unveils her campaign, she can then reestablish social media accounts focused on her platform. To evaluate this strategy, the major gauge are polls by organizations like Gallup. You can also measure media impressions and search engine traffic. Once Melania unveils her cyberbullying campaign, her camp can also measure her unique number of visitors and followers on social media accounts. Additional surveys can also be conducted regarding her cyberbullying campaign. In short, Melania is poised to become an icon. While emulating previous First Ladies, Melania will be her own woman. She will be a quiet victory. Thank you for listening today.